Guys, what's going on? It's the last professional broadcaster, Sam Roberts, and welcome to the 2020 San Diego Comic-Con WWE Mattel panel. I'm so happy to be here. 10 years in the making, and there's a lot to celebrate. Look, even though we're doing this virtually, there's still a ton to be excited about. We've got tons of special guests here on the panel today. We've got surprises that they have not told me about, but I'm assuming are great. Mattel's got a million reveals that they have to share with you. And we're just going to sit here for the next hour or so and lust after everything that Mattel's got planned. I'm glad that you're here with us. Don't forget when you're tweeting about all this stuff to use the hashtag WWE Elite Squad and represent all of us here in the Elite Squad. Of course, we're going to be joined by members of the WWE Elite Squad. But before we get there, I would like to welcome in some members of the Mattel Elite Squad. Ladies and gentlemen, you know them well after all these panels, various podcast appearances, social media influencers, corporate Steve Ozer, and of course, doesn't sweat so much anymore, Bill Miekina. Welcome, Steve and Bill.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, everybody. Thank you, Sam. Really excited for all these reveals here today.
You're telling me. I can't believe that we're 10 years into the line. I think it's inarguable at this point that Mattel is making the best WWE action figures of all time, which is no easy feat. But the fact that they have been doing it for 10 years, I remember January 1st, 2010, waking my wife up after New Year's Eve to make sure that we were at every toy store at 9 o'clock in the morning to start going and finding Basic Series 1, Elite Series 1. And now you're looking at these milestones that you've hit. And we're at Basic Series 100 we've seen. I can't really think of a ton of toy lines that have gone this far.
Yeah, I don't think there has been any, Sam. Yeah. You know, I did the same thing as you. On January 1, I was out the door hunting these new Mattel figures and, you know, being a hardcore collector myself and really, you know, celebrating this amazing partnership and all the great work that's been done over the years. We've launched a line called Decade of Domination. Decade of Domination is 2 waves of figures, 10 figures total, celebrating the 10-year partnership of Mattel and WWE. And the fans, you know, they've responded so well to this line. And, you know, just as a reminder, Wave 2 of Decade of Domination is available for pre-order right now at Walmart.com.
Yeah, I'm so excited about this Decade of Domination line, mainly because of that Kane figure. That Kane figure is amazing. The fact that you guys got that moment and have it that detailed, I don't think we have that moment detailed that well in figure form ever, ever, ever. So I'm super excited about the Decade of Domination. And Bill, I think you've been at every single panel that WWE and Mattel have done.
I have.
You have, right?
I have been on every Mattel WWE panel since 2010, which when I look back and think on it is kind of mind-blowing to me, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I hadn't really thought about it until we were approaching this one, but there are a lot of mind-blowing moments that have happened at these San Diego Comic-Con panels. Do you have any specific? I bet I know I think I know what your favorite is, but do you have a favorite?
I have 3 moments that are most memorable. The first one was actually on the first one, looking down and seeing a tent card with my name on it. Because when you grow up sort of as a, you know, comic book nerd like me, like seeing your name on an actual San Diego Comic-Con tent card is a really big deal. And then also that year we had the video where we announced that we had the rights to make Randy Savage figures. And I was actually involved in taping that video and meeting Randy Savage. So that was, of course, probably one of the most memorable moments of my life. And then 2 years ago was the debut of the Make Bill sweatshirt, which has kind of followed me around as my trademark ever since. So, yeah, I've had some pretty memorable life moments at Comic-Con.
Yeah. I would imagine, though, that because of this style of Comic-Con, you may feel like you can sweat a little bit less, because one of the things that makes you sweat and one of the things that I get so excited about at Comic-Cons is traditionally you can go down, you could talk to the designers, you could talk to you and Steve, you could find you guys on the floor, you could ask all the questions. And even though you can't physically do that this year, I think it's my job as the host of this panel to represent at least some of that and Bill, I went through the entire WWE universe. I reached out to the WWE Elite Squad, and I talked to him, and I said, what do you guys want to know from Bill? We have to make him sweat. And the question that kept coming back, it was one question over and over again, and it was, is this the year that we finally get an action figure of the last professional broadcaster, Sam Roberts?
In 2020, no.
So, all right, I mean, maybe there's something about hosting this panel, but there's going to be a lot of disappointed Sam Roberts fans out there. Regardless, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of satisfied Mattel and WWE fans out there. So, Steve and Bill, can we get to some of these reveals? Can we see what you have to offer this year?
Whoa.
No.
Wait a minute.
Were you guys really about to do that without us?
Without us? Tell about the Elite Squad. You want to do this thing with the whole Elite Squad? That's us.
That's us. We are the whole Elite
The
Squad.
whole Elite Squad.
You guys are going to do it without us.
Come on, guys.
Shame.
Be
I
cool.
would've
Be cool, guys.
Johnny, Candice, I know that you're as excited as I am to see some of these reveals. So do you want to participate in this with all of us? Do you want to be a part of all of the, of all the
It would
magic?
have been nice for you to ask sooner.
Yes, please. We would love to. Like I said, every single year I'm sitting back on my phone, I'm looking up these reveals, and I'm losing my mind. So I'm excited.
All right. Well, Steve, now I think, now you can show us what Mattel's got. Now you can show us.
All right, let's get to some exciting reveals. First up, an all-new line for 2021, WWE Fan Takeover, which will be available in the U.S. exclusively at Walmart. Fan Takeover allows the WWE Universe, the fans, to choose the gear that they want to see on these WWE figures. So there's lots of requests for specific gear, and now fans have their chance to have their voices heard and get that gear into the line. So we're going to reveal the winners of the fan polls. Bill, would you tell us about the winners?
Sure. For Seth Rollins, it was the gear won at WrestleMania 35. Shayna Baszler in the silver and black outfit. Ricky Steamboat in the white outfit worn at WrestleMania 3. And Adam Cole in the black and yellow gear.
Baby.
Very exciting stuff, Bill.
Wow, those look great. I mean, I know a thing or two about takeovers.
Yeah.
A thing or two, just here and there.
A little
I've been on a
bit,
few of them.
maybe.
But yeah, this is such a cool event because wrestling gear holds a special place in my heart. I know in a lot of collectors' hearts, they want to see these different types of gear. Now they get the opportunity to actually vote on the gear they want to see, which is amazing.
Great.
It's
It's
cool
great.
that we actually have a voice now.
Yes.
But I mean, Adam Cole, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, Shayna. I mean, yeah, you know, she got
Okay.
she got this.
Her hands do that.
Her
Just
hand-
her little
hand-
towel.
Yeah,
Her hand-
brand new.
She got her little towel.
Yeah,
Could there be something better?
there could be something better because there isn't just this wave. Wave 2 is actually coming soon, and I believe someone is a part of Wave 2.
So the results of the polling on Wave 2 are in. And for Randy Orton, we have this outfit from 2004. We have the Christian from 2011 when he was the world champion with the Hit the Switch shirt. For Sean Waltman, it is the NWO X-Pac.
Good choice.
Okay.
And for
no.
Johnny Gargano, three very colorful gears. The winner is
Oh, yeah.
I figured.
is this gear. Yeah, I think this is the gear.
Bill,
that
you're going to be
won.
very happy about that one, aren't you?
I was happy this one won. I like this gear a lot. I believe I was actually at this match myself, and I think I might have given it 7 or 8 stars at the time.
I think I remember, particularly after I wore this gear, you reached out to me and said you hope to make a figure of this gear.
I'm glad it won.
Yeah. I'm glad it won as well. It holds a special place in my heart. I think it looks freaking awesome. And it's really toyetic. Love that word.
Love the word.
But this gear in particular, very toyetic. So yeah, it's people are going to be very happy about this one.
Do you have one, Johnny? Because, like, you know, NXT fans, when TakeOver is coming, it's one of the things that people talk about. What is Johnny Gargano going to be wearing? Generally, the gear tells the story of the mentality. If it's based on another character, that character is maybe sharing the same passion or whatever it is that has you walking into the match you're walking in on. We know the outfit that Bill wanted because he voted 700 times in his own poll. So he had
busy.
this made. But is there one that you specifically, one that maybe hasn't been made, that you specifically went, yeah, this is the next Johnny Gargano figure?
So it was a part of this vote as well. The TakeOver New York gear. just because it holds a special place in my heart for the moment of winning the NXT championship. The little Easter eggs on the gear, not just about just representing kind of the WrestleMania 12. It had little hints of Shawn Michaels from WrestleMania 12 in it. The boyhood dream coming true. So there's a lot of little Easter eggs in there that I put on my gear. And like you said, there's a lot of thought that goes into it. There's a lot of thought put into this gear as well in Toronto. Little Easter eggs you can see on there as well. But I'd have to say TakeOver New York. I mean, it did not win the vote, but
maybe in the future.
I mean, Bill, it is very toyetic to, you want to kind of toss that one in there as well at some point.
Agreed.
And vote 700 times. I mean, throw this idea at you. Johnny Candice 2-pack.
Oh.
Johnny Candice 2-pack, but also removable attires.
Oh.
Like a Barbie and Ken doll.
And then.
But the clothes can come off. So you can put on all my gear from every takeover.
I can put on all your.
Sure, you can put on all my gear too. You can put my gear on Candice if you want to.
Right.
So,
go crazy.
But Johnny Candice 2-pack. That's talent takeover. That's.
You can put Candice's gear on Johnny too. You could have Johnny Cupcakes coming out like this.
This all goes back to customizing, Sam. Customizing.
Yeah, well, I mean, I got to customize if I want a Candice LeRae, right? That's my only option.
Okay, so Sam, I know I've been giving you a hard time, but I have great news for you. Great news. You and everybody else will finally be able to have a Candice LeRae to go along with your Johnny Gargano.
All right. Look at that.
Look at it. It's very exciting, right?
It's so cool.
It's so cool because when I was a kid, my brothers had all these wrestling figures and there weren't really many girls and I always just wanted one that looked like me. And this is just crazy. My nieces are going to lose their minds.
Yeah.
They're going to lose their
I'm losing my
minds.
mind. It's so freaking cool. It's awesome. And just being real, I mean, the fact that one day our kid, when eventually we have a child, is going to be him or her will have their dad and their mom to be able to play. It's nuts. It's
crazy.
Little kids who grew up as wrestling fans.
We'll tell them that you now have the figures of the best, possibly the best ever man and woman to be in NXT ever. All time.
The best women's wrestler in NXT right there.
We're doing it.
No doubt.
Candice, mate.
Whoa.
Candice, did you ever win an NXT Women's Championship? No. That was me. Did you ever defend a title at WrestleMania? Actually, that was me too. It was all me, mate. It wasn't you. You're not the best NXT Women's superstar here. I am. And yeah, your action figure's cool and all that, but it's nothing in comparison to mine. Sorry.
Well, I guess that's where we'll welcome Rhea Ripley to the panel. Welcome to the San Diego Comic-Con panel, Rhea Ripley. You're seeing all these action figure reveals. Do you think about wanting a cool action figure? You just said you have the best female NXT action figure there is. I think a lot of people might agree with that. You have a very the aesthetic to it lends itself to action figures very well. When let's say your WrestleMania match that you just brought up, you came out in white. It was brand new gear, a completely new look. Do you think about this is going to be a great action figure one day?
Of course, I always think about that stuff because, anything can happen. And I've always wanted an action figure of myself. So every single gear that I make, there's always a story behind it. Whether I post that story or not, it depends. But yeah, I mean, if there was a WrestleMania 36 action figure of Rhea Ripley, I think that would be pretty cool.
Well, there's not yet a WrestleMania action figure of you, Rhea Ripley, but we did debut an early look of your upcoming figure a few months ago, and now we're happy to show you a more advanced look. Bill, would you tell Rhea and the fans about this Rhea Ripley action figure?
Sure. We showed the grayscale of this on the WrestleMania virtual panel, and now for Comic-Con, we have the final deco look for the figure. So this is what the first ever Elite Rhea Ripley is going to look like.
That is so epic. Oh my God. Legit. I was trying to picture what gear it would be from the grayscale. And I'm actually really, really happy that it's this gear because this is one of my favorite sets of gear. Even though it's all black, I absolutely love it. Even got my red stretchers in there, my new haircut. That's awesome. I love it. I love every single bit of it.
And look at all that detailing in the pants. Look at they got all the studs, all the chains, all the rings. That's incredible.
Dude, I have a lot of studs and chains and random bits and bobs everywhere. And you guys somehow managed to get every single one of them. Like, I'm going through it and I'm going through what's in my head, what I remember of the gear, and it's exactly the same. Like, that's just absolutely insane.
All right, let's keep things going with the heart and soul of the Mattel line, our basic figures and our elite figures.
Me?
To start,
You can't say heart and soul, Steve. You can't say that. It's me. Come on.
What did I say?
I said heart and soul. That's my property. Intellectual property.
Well, that's why you have elite and basic figures. It ties very well together, right? So Mattel and WWE's partnership is not the only anniversary that's happening this year. The Undertaker is celebrating 30 years of his career with WWE. And we're celebrating this crazy milestone with a unique elite action figure that's going to have unique packaging with graphics celebrating the Undertaker's anniversary. And this one is coming this fall exclusively to Walmart. Some first time in the line basic figures coming up. Bill, would you tell us about these figures?
Sure. First time ever Mattel WWE action figures of Mia Yim, Humberto Carrillo, and Tegan Knox.
Wow. That Mia Yim figure.
What do you think?
I'm loving that Mia Yim figure. Candice, I mean, that one's in color and everything. That looks really good, huh?
Looks basic. You know.
It is basic. It's not an elite like Candice's figure, but one day. Maybe one day. She tries hard enough.
Dream.
Look at Tegan, got the 2 knee braces.
Let's not talk about that.
Okay, we won't talk about her.
Good for
Very
them.
cool. Okay, moving on to a few others.
Sure. We also debuting figures of Dakota Kai and Tony Storm.
Even more first time in the lines. We're very excited to get these out there. Now moving on to elites. Bill, tell us about these.
Sure. The updated to King Corbin with his staff and cape and crown, and Alexa Bliss, and she will be the first Mattel figure to come with the women's tag title.
Whoa.
Bailey, updated Bailey with an updated Elite Bailey with the poor deflated tube man and the weapon that took him down. Her down.
Look at the tear. You can see the tear in the center.
Yeah, they're actually
amazing.
There is a tear sculpted in the
really dark, guys. Real dark.
Wow, I like it. Let's take it there.
Oof.
Yeah.
Jerry the King Lawler Elite and Mae Young, first ever Mattel Mae Young with the crown and the Mae Young Classic Trophy.
I am so happy with the amount of crowns that Mattel is creating this year. There's so many, and they're all different crowns.
They're all different crowns.
Yeah.
That's what this line's been missing. Crowns.
Crowns.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even realize at the time, but yeah, 2000. There's a lot of crowns this year.
I love it. I love it.
We have even more flashbacks coming. We're going to have stunning Steve Austin from his WCW days with the first time in the line WCW tag title. We also have Davey Boy Smith from his days as a member of the British Bulldogs with first time in the line Matilda.
Oh! Whoa! Wait a minute. Now the dogs are on the table.
We have a very
baby. Toyetic puppy.
She's so cute.
She is very toyetic.
Her ears, especially.
So, talent takeover. Johnny Candice 2-pack with little Padme as well with us. Woof! Flying off the shelf.
That's a great accessory.
Yeah.
And up next, we have even more first-time elite figures. Bill, tell us about these new exciting figures.
Sure. We have first-time elites of the Street Profits, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford, and also the first elite figure of Bianca Belair.
Another crown.
And a cup, too.
Yeah, there's so many crowns in this elite line. And then first ever figures of Angel Garza, Kushida, and Io Shirai.
Look at that Io Shirai. I mean, Rhea, how do you feel seeing Io Shirai in her elite form?
I mean, I have to give it to you guys. You pulled it off, and it's really, really cool. And to be honest, I'd probably buy it just to throw it at a wall. You know, it's good, and you should be proud. It's nice, but it's not mine. So, whatever.
But I guess when you're NXT Women's Champion, you got an Elite figure, right?
I guess so. Way to rub it in. Thanks for that.
Just saying it is what it is. Look, Johnny, question for you. Of all the figures that we saw, you know,
Yo, what's up, guys? Sorry that I am late to the party, late to this fiesta, but it seems like I am just in time to show the entire world, or universe, I should say, the new Elite Ricochet action figure. And if I have to say so myself, he's a handsome man. Look at him. Perfect detail. Mattel did great. Look at the abs. Put some baby oil on them boys.
The torso is a unique sculpt to get all the abdominal muscles on there.
Does he actually have his own
Yeah,
sculpt?
was it hard, like getting all of them in there, or did you have to leave some out?
I had reference, so it was easier than it could have been.
I like it.
I mean,
look at the detail on the gear.
And you see Ricochet, you've got the two hoods, one with the hood up, one with the hood down. We could have.
I was like looking at and seeing what it was, but that's what it is. Thank you.
Yeah.
Pretty nice. I like that.
What goes into your decisions as to what type of attire to wear, Ricochet? What makes you decide to switch things up so dramatically?
Probably my indecisiveness. But I've since I can remember, I've always been like into gear. I've always liked getting new gear. I like open up the box and seeing what it is. But at the same time, also like Johnny has done, like just growing up, being so enamored and into like the superhero concept of heroes and their costumes and their uniforms. It's kind of the same what we do here. And I don't know. I like. I try to just be different. I try to always come again. Like my style is very in the ring. It's very wild and crazy, and kind of like that's kind of what I have to bring with my gear. It's like just something different. Keep it changing up. And again, like with the bodysuits, like not a lot of people anymore, since there's no like Gold Dust or anybody like that, and not anybody does the bodysuits anymore. And I just thought it would be a cool, like once in a while thing, once ever so often kind of thing. So I thought that's pretty cool.
Well, these elites are so spectacular, but it's because they're so much fun. It's fun to be able to take your Ricochet's hood up and then put it down. It's fun.
Yeah.
And speaking of fun, we should talk about the Fun House, namely the Firefly Fun House, because this is news. The first time The Fiend was in the Elite line, it was one of the most anticipated figures of all time. People have been asking for more Brays. We've seen Bray in so many different incarnations. Now that The Fiend has made his debut, what is next for Bray Wyatt in the Mattel world?
Yeah, we are bringing the Firefly Funhouse version of Bray Wyatt with several of those infamous puppets exclusively to ringsidecollectibles.com. Bill, tell us about this awesome new figure.
Sure. The Ringside Bray Wyatt will include 4 of the puppets, including Mercy the Buzzard, the Witch, Rambling Rabbit, and the evil boss, who looks suspiciously like someone we all know and love.
Wow.
Candice is afraid of Abby the Witch, by the way.
I am so afraid. Terrified.
Anytime she comes on the screen,
I'm out.
I'm
out. Oh, I feel like it's looking into my soul right now.
Yeah, I think she's looking right at us. Look at her.
Yeah, those marbly eyes are not welcoming.
And this isn't the end of Bray Wyatt figures, new Bray Wyatt figures. Well, we're bringing the fans the Ultimate Edition Bray Wyatt figure. Bill, please tell us why this figure is so cool.
Sure, this is Ultimate Bray Wyatt. This includes his trademark entrance leather jacket and all its rumpled glory. And it also includes his distinctive version of the WWE title that really only he could carry. So it makes sense to have that as the accessory for the Ultimate.
That thing looks sick. That thing looks so cool.
I think The Fiend is the definition of toyetic.
Absolutely.
It doesn't get any more toyetic than The Fiend. Like when his most recent figure came out, I blew my mind, but this is
bonkers.
Oof.
When that
Thank
championship
that
title
mask
was
doesn't glow in the dark, because that would be horrifying.
When that title was introduced too, it was just, you just saw it and you were like, please give us an action figure version of this title, please.
Yeah, I was thinking that as well. Like, this is, I can't wait to make that into an accessory for a figure.
Oh my God. I mean, I can't wait until that Ultimate Edition Fiend is available. You guys know, I came to Mattel's headquarters. I drove down there when you first introduced this line so I could get my eyes on the Ultimate Warrior and Ronda Rousey for the first time. I know that there's got to be more Ultimate Edition reveals, so please don't leave us hanging here.
Yeah, of course. You know, we love the Ultimate Edition line. It's the ultimate in posability. You can recreate everything from a superstar's entrance through all those amazing maneuvers they perform in the ring. We've got very cool figures coming your way. We gave you a little sneak peek of Charlotte a few months ago. You can pre-order Charlotte soon at ringsidecollectibles.com. We also have Ultimate Edition Rock. This one you can pre-order right now at Amazon.com. We showed you a little sneak peek of Hulk Hogan back at our virtual access. So now you can see Ultimate Edition Hulk Hogan in full color here. And now something completely new for 2021, we've got Ultimate Edition Macho Man Randy Savage.
This is, I've been waiting so long for a green hat era Macho Man. I had those sunglasses when I was a kid. I am so happy that this is the version of Randy Savage that's entering into that Ultimate Edition line.
And this will come with an entrance coat with the tassels on the sleeves as well.
Of course it is. That's perfect. I mean, this lineup is so cool because you talked about the posability and the playability and everything that you can do. I mean, just picture what you can recreate with this line. You can recreate WrestleMania Hogan versus Rock. I mean, I know it's not the right Macho and Hogan yet, but you do have this capability to put Macho and Hogan one-on-one with each other and reenact the promos from WrestleMania 5 and, Hogan talking about knowing him like a brother and Macho Man saying, you think you know me? Incredible.
Hold on a second. I heard you think you know me. That's usually a cue for me, except I usually get pyro. Where's my damn pyro?
Oh, I thought we asked for pyro.
No pyro? You asked me to come on this thing. I don't get pyro. That's fine. Sure. Whatever.
It's embarrassing. Well, welcome, Edge. Edge is here. Edge, firstly, what's the haps? I don't know how much you know about Ultimate Edition figures, but I'm glad you're here. I'd love it if you would hang out with us for the rest of the panel.
I would love to, Sam, because I love you like a stepbrother. And I love the word ultimate. I'm the ultimate opportunist. I was at the Ultimate Challenge between Ultimate Warrior and Hulk Hogan. So ultimate is in my DNA.
Yeah, and you had the ultimate greatest wrestling match ever very, very recently. So I am glad that you're here. And, I mean, I would hope that this is an opportunity for you to also be a part of this ultimate line, being the ultimate star that you are.
I like this. Stroke the ego. I like it, Sam.
That's what I do. Trying to make everybody comfortable. Whoa, look at this.
Whoa. I look like the American Werewolf in London. I love it. Look at that. Got the trench coat, got the details. Warren Starr, who makes my trench coats, you're going to be very happy about those details. Got the hands, but bam. I personally like the wind-blown, like, is it Memorex? That's a dated reference. Head there. That's my favorite, I think. It's a look of fear, maybe some trepidation, some shock, some awe. I like it.
It's actually sculpted so that when you pose it, you can actually do the spear with the hair flying back during the pose.
Nice. And you didn't take out the gray in the beard. Thank you.
Yeah. You left the abs in and also the gray in the beard. That's the level of detail that we have in the Ultimate Edition.
Right? Because for a while there, those pictures, they were airbrushing me and making look like I was cosplaying a pirate. And I'm like, no, my beard's gray. I'm 47.
Nice. Well, I mean, this is amazing. And this is what the Ultimate Edition is all about, I think. I mean, you talked about the trench, Edge, but look at the level of detailing, every little metallic ring and all the red highlights on it, the shoulders, the Rated R Superstar logo there on the side. I mean, not only is this amazing, but how cool is it for you to have grown up being a fan of wrestling and metal, and now you've got a Mattel figure that is throwing up the horns?
I mean, so yeah, that's my two favorite things in the world besides my kids and my wife combined. It's wrestling and it's metal. So for me personally, I'm very hands-on with my attire, with my gear. Like, I designed that trench coat, I designed those tights, the design on the side of my tights, I design all that stuff. I draw it out freehand and then I send it off. So to see all of that come to life on an action figure, it's just very cool. And it's one of those things that I think when you first get into, decide to be a wrestler, you kind of wish for an action figure one day, but I don't think you necessarily understand or grasp how cool it can actually be until you see something like that, because I grew up on LJN figures, the big rubber figures, and they were great and everything, but the attention to detail on this is just ridiculous in a good way.
They really got that look of determination on your face when you were entering the Royal Rumble match. I think that's exactly what that head sculpt is based on. Of all the moments that you've had, because you have some amazing figures. You were part of Mattel's. We were talking about this being the 10th year that Mattel is doing WWE action figures, and you were part of Elite Series 1. So to be here 10 years later and have a figure like this, do you have any specific moments in your career that you felt were more toyetic than others? And any specific moments that you're like, this needs an action figure and hasn't gotten one yet?
Toyetic, I like it.
Toyetic.
I don't know. I don't know if there's a WrestleMania 22 Mick Foley hardcore match attire. That to me is just entirely different than anything else I ever wore. So, there's that. But this captures the Rumble this year. And then that to me, it may go down, and maybe I can change that by the time this is all said and done, but that might be my favorite moment of my career. So to see that night, captured, especially with what a crazy year this has been, that's one of the fond memories of what is a crazy year. So I don't know, this one's pretty special looking at it. But I don't know, maybe Mania 22, maybe the first world title, cashing in the Money in the Bank, things like that.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many moments, and for legends like you, Edge, there always are. And Mattel has done such a good job with legends. Collectors like me were really sad to see the Legend series go a few years back. And so Mattel revealing the Legend series returning during WrestleMania season this year was, for me, probably my favorite moment of all the reveals. I know I've already got Legend Series 7 pre-ordered. But Steve and Bill, what else can we expect coming up with the Legends line that's back?
Yeah. Well, you mentioned earlier we're celebrating our 10th anniversary partnership with WWE, and as part of that, we're excited that we were able to bring the Legends line back. You can actually pre-order Legends Series 8 right now at Target.com, but that's not the end of Legends. We have some amazing Legends coming your way in 2021. Up here, we've got the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, and you're not just getting one, you're getting two, because he's the chase figure in the wave. So you get that classic black and gold suit, as well as the silver and purple suit. Another legend coming is Nikolai Volkov from when he embraced America. So good guy Nikolai Volkov coming your way. We also have Dream Team era Brutus Beefcake with classic silver tag title. And once again, you get two Brutus Beefcakes because he's going to be the chase with that cool blue leopard print gear design. And also something I'm super excited about, my personal yoga guru, Diamond Dallas Page, doing some DDP yoga from his WWE run.
Okay, I'm not going to lie. I am a huge fan of Brother Brudai. So seeing Dream Team era Brutus Beefcake with, I don't know if anyone else is noticing this, but the tag team championship is silver. It's not gold. Huge little detail there. And as shredded as he could possibly be, DDP with the huge smile, the chompers out on full display. I mean, I was there for that whole incarnation of DDP with the vest and all of that. So this is pretty badass. But those blue cheetah beefcake, I mean, come on, giddy up. I'm all about that.
Yeah, and you don't get a lot of pre-Barber Brutus Beefcake action figures. You really don't.
That's Dream Team right there. I'm
yes.
all in.
Yeah, me too. The only thing that I think we have left to do is wait for a Zodiac figure for Brother Brutai, and then we'll have the entire collection.
Yes.
Speaking of people's entire collections, there is one legend left to talk about. This was an announcement made recently that when I saw the figure, I was so excited. And I'm not kidding. My AIM screen name, for those of you that remember AIM, my AIM name in high school was Jibba Jabba Mr. T. So the fact that Mattel came forward and did this for us and did it the right way, I can't imagine not being excited about this Mr. T figure.
That's right, Mr. T, our exclusive this year. So happy to finally include this 80s icon in the line. We know Mr. T was so important to the pop culture boom of WWE in the early 80s. So we're very proud to offer this first time in the line Mr. T figure. He went on sale, pre-sale last month through Entertainment Earth, our great partners at Entertainment Earth, and sold out in just about an hour and 22 minutes. So unbelievable response for this Mr. T figure. But if you didn't get that figure during that initial pre-sale, you have one more chance. If you head over to MattelCreations.com right now, you can try to get this Mr. T figure.
So I have a quick question about this. Does it come with a double album audio of his Hall of Fame speech? Because then
two double-sided records. Man, I love that Mr. T is part of the Elite line. It's so cool.
All right, so now that we've seen the exclusive Mr. T figure, it is the first time in the line, not the last time in the line. So there will be more Mr. T figures. Bill, tell us about what is coming next.
Yes, the next Mr. T in our lineup will be an Elite multi-pack representing the boxing match from WrestleMania 2. Mr. T and Roddy Piper in boxing gear. And they will also have their soft good robes on these figures as well. So this was a lot of fun. This one was a lot of fun to work on.
Amazing. I cannot wait for that 2-pack. Pre-orders coming soon for that. And there is more Mr. T. Mr. T, of course, being synonymous with the 80s, only makes sense to join the masters of the WWE universe. So in Wave 4 of 2020, you will be seeing Mr. T, The Fiend as a tribute to Trapjaw, Jake the Snake Roberts as a tribute to King Hiss, and Seth Rollins. A sneak peek of what's coming in 2021, you're going to see the Man, Becky Lynch, joining the Heroic Warriors, the Master of Dragons, Ricky Steamboat, Roddy Piper with his battle armor, and it looks like Macho Man made a heel turn and has joined the evil Horde, the Horde World Order, Macho Man Randy Savage in Wave 5 of Masters of the WWE Universe. Something else we were really excited to reveal about a month ago, of course we know the Heroic Warriors have their battleground with that Castle Grayskull ring, but now we're introducing the Rattlesnake Mountain ring. This ring comes with Stone Cold Steve Austin in an homage to the Snake Men, and Hulk Hogan, another icon of the 80s, joining the Masters of the WWE Universe line. And you can pre-order this bundle right now at Walmart.com.
I mean, that's all anybody needs, right? That's all the 80s.
Wrestling 80s, Mr. T.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, look at that ring. That's amazing.
Fists. Look at his fist.
They're snakes. This looks like a ring where it'd be Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Randy Orton, Rattlesnake Mountain. That's a dream match.
Wow.
That's what I want to see.
Yeah. That's
greatest wrestling match ever.
Yeah.
No, I mean, we need this.
We need this.
This is what we need. Snakes on turnbuckles.
Oh, man.
That's what I want to see.
Rattlesnake Mountain ring. I mean, Austin, Hogan, and Mattel has figured out to somehow combine Mr. T Masters of the Universe and wrestling into a single action figure. So obviously the WWE Masters of the Universe line is all about combinations and this sort of fantasy world. Ricochet, as you act like a superhero in the ring. If you could enter in to this Masters of the Universe world, how would you envision the Ricochet version of the Masters of the Universe WWE figure?
I definitely for sure would see myself like super handsome, jacked, maybe like a cool little chest piece like they all have, maybe some wings coming out the back, maybe like, because I fly a lot, so some cool like angel's wings coming out the back. I don't know, something like that. Maybe I'm riding like a flying bison or something. I don't know. It'd be cool though.
I think it'd be cool. And Bill,
flying bison.
Of course, a flying bison.
Yeah, like
what is a flying bison?
Okay.
No,
Like, a little kid going up to her parents, be like, "Oh yeah, I want this Ricochet figure with a flying bison."
You got a little dog. I'm gonna have a flying bison.
Okay.
And Bill, I don't think you designed the Masters of the Universe line, but would you go into that department to make sure that even in that line, Ricochet's abs were just perfect?
Yeah,
I would keep an eye on it. Yes.
Good.
Throw some abs in there. Bald head, wings, flying bison. I'm set. Maybe like a lightning bolt. I don't have like a hammer or an axe. I don't have like hammers or axes or anything. Maybe like a lightning bolt or something.
Ride a bison and throw lightning at people.
Yeah, man. This is Master of the Universe.
No,
Come
I
on
get
now.
it, but would you really need to have a flying bison if you already had wings on your back?
What if I was? What if I was tired?
Flying up the.
That's true.
Oh
Yeah,
my
no,
God.
you're right.
Maybe
You're
that
right.
he is on the bison. That's how the bison flies.
He's
actually flying the
so he's
bison.
got the core strength from the abs.
I think the wings are just for show, guys. The wings are just for looks. The wings aren't like they can't. I can't use them.
You can't
This
use them.
makes me
You
look cooler.
can't use them.
I'm having wings then, bro.
Yeah.
No, I can't fly with the wings, but with the bison I can.
But you should
Why you got
be
wings then?
because you could fly like you do in the ring. This makes no sense, man.
Guys, this has been incredible. I have that collector buzz right now. I got that collector buzz where I'm thinking about all the figures that I've got to pick up immediately to add to my collection. I can't believe that Mattel has done it again. Incredible.
Sam, before we wrap up, we all know that all roads lead to WrestleMania, and that's where we're leading to here with our reveals. Hey, Bill, tell us about these awesome WrestleMania figures that are coming in 2021.
Well, first I should start with the Edge from WrestleMania 22, which was mentioned previously on the panel. I'm glad we could surprise you with this.
And let's just preface this with the fact that I had no idea when I was talking about the WrestleMania 22 figure that this was going to be in the reveal. So
I was smiling to myself on the inside the whole time. Also, Goldberg from this year, Shawn Michaels from WrestleMania 9, I believe, and Chyna from WrestleMania X17.
yes.
X7, yep. And
X7.
just to note here that Goldberg includes the blue version of the Universal title, which is that version of the title's first time in the line. So a lot of people will be excited about that. And we know that this year we introduced Build-A-Figures to WrestleMania. And in 2021, that will continue. Bill, tell us about 2021's WrestleMania Build-A-Figure.
Sure. This is the first ever Paul Ellering action figure with two swappable heads. So you can do 1992 version of Paul Ellering, or a more recent Paul Ellering, and also I believe the first time ever for Rocco action figure, which I'm pretty excited about.
I remember having Hasbros and literally going, I wish they would make a Rocco for my Legion of Doom Hasbros. This is incredible. You're actually going to make me buy 2 sets of WrestleMania figures so that I can get a current day Paul Ellering and an old school Paul Ellering holding Rocco. That's so cool.
Well, and if you cross the streams and go, current Paul Ellering with Rocco, I don't know what happens.
I think the universe collapses. I think the collector universe collapses in on itself.
It may.
Yeah.
All right. And something else WrestleMania related that I'm beyond excited to make happen, something I personally have always wanted, and I know collectors have always wanted as well. For the first time ever in toy form, we are bringing to you the first ever WrestleMania ring cart. So celebrating the great entrances from WrestleMania 3 and WrestleMania 6. And the ring cart won't come on its own. You'll have two options for it. You'll be able to get the ring cart with Andre the Giant from WrestleMania 3 or Macho Man Randy Savage from WrestleMania 3.
Okay. Yeah, I remember being at WrestleMania 6, I wanted to ride on that. I assumed that I could maybe steal it and drive it home. So now technically, I mean, I guess I can't drive that thing, but now I can have my own version of it. So that makes 13-year-old Adam say, wee.
I feel like Mattel is just producing everything that you've talked about in your short time here on the panel. You're like, I'd love a WrestleMania 22 Edge. They're like, okay, we'll do it. You're like, well, I was at WrestleMania 6. Okay, Edge, I got the ring cart for you. Anything that you need to relive, Edge, Mattel has.
Just like that.
I think we made a mistake by not having a young Edge figure included with one of these.
Right? Yeah, in my Hulk Girls tank top with little spaghetti noodles hanging out of it. Yeah.
All right. Look, this is too much. I'm getting sensory overload. Last question for the panel. I need to know, we were talking about all the different legendary matches you could create with Mattel figures, with all the legends and the flashbacks. The combinations are endless. But in real life, to all the superstars on the panel, if you guys could have any opponent for a WrestleMania dream match, both of you are at your prime, who is that opponent?
Rhea Ripley.
Wow.
However, a Beth Phoenix Edge versus Rhea Ripley and partner of her choosing could be pretty badass. I'm just saying. Bret Hart.
So cool.
Bret Hart Iron Man match. If I'm, so there's a couple right there. Just threw a couple.
That counts. Rhea Ripley is Edge. Did you kind of have to say Edge now? He said you. So it'd be rude to, not.
Yes, I was having to think about it when you asked the question. I was going to say Beth Phoenix anyway, so that's perfect. Let's make it happen. Let's go.
What about the Garganos? Who would you, both of you, if you had individual tag, whatever you want to do, WrestleMania fantasy?
I mean, we're throwing out mixed tag ideas right now. And I mean, if Edge and Beth Phoenix want to throw out mixed tag ideas, I think there is two people who would take you up on that offer right here.
I feel like I set myself up there. I don't even know if she's going to go.
I feel like we're going to say the exact same person.
No, we probably will.
We're going to say the exact same person.
Go for it.
Do 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. Shawn Michaels. There it is. Okay. Yes.
Perfect. What about
2-on-1? So 2-on-1 handicap match against Shawn Michaels in his prime.
Ricochet, how about you?
It wasn't.
Did you not think I was going to ask you?
Wasn't prepared.
I was just listening. I was specifically just listening. Honestly, I mean, there's so many different answers for me, but because it's hard because like Shawn Michaels is one, Rey Mysterio's one, Eddie Guerrero's one, Edge is one. It's hard for me to choose. I'm like just a fan of everybody, so it's hard for me to choose. But I don't know. It's hard.
Yeah.
Maybe the Rock, just because I'm a big fan and I like the rest of the Rock.
I mean, you're also smart to book yourself in the main event that way. I guess I'll.
Randy Orton is up there, and also like there's so many people that would like to. It's a hard question for me.
Steve and Bill, are there any like toy executives from other companies that you'd like to take on in a tag team?
I can say names. I can say names. We have a lot of friends in the industry, but that would be pretty epic.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, look, thank you to Bill and Steve from Mattel for being here. Of course, our esteemed panel of WWE superstars, Edge, Ricochet, the Garganos. Don't forget Rhea Ripley. Also, don't forget. Also, don't forget you can pre-order so much of what we talked about here on the panel. You can get Firefly Funhouse Bray Wyatt from Ringside Collectibles. You can get Legends Series 8 at Target.com. So excited about this Decade of Domination line. Wave 2 at Walmart.com. You can get the Ultimate Edition Rock at Amazon. You can get Ultimate Edition Charlotte at Ringside Collectibles. Rattlesnake Mountain is at Walmart.com. And the first time in the line, Mr. T is available at Mattel Creations while supplies last. Of course, those are all pre-orders. So you'll have mysterious packages showing up throughout the year from Mattel and all of the great retailers of Mattel. You can go to WWE.com to see today's reveals and visit every day through Monday for even more new reveals every single day. Remember to keep posting your figure photography using WWE Elite Squad. And thank you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching us as we reveal everything Mattel's got to offer coming up. And once again, to the panel, you guys are fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having
everybody.
Yeah, thank you so much. That's cool.